No, we've got a bit of a different background here. I'm at a good friend of mine's office. I'll leave his YouTube and his Instagram in the description so you guys can check him out. Dope dude. He's currently recording me. Smile, dude. Okay, he's happy. He's happy. Um, Basically, this video, I just wanted to explain to you guys. I know I'm young, and I know you're going to be like, what does this guy know about life? But I've been through quite a lot in my life to realize a whole bunch of life lessons at my age. So I want to go through the top 5 life lessons that I've learned throughout my life. And I'm currently 18 years old, almost 18 and a half, whatever. I want to start off with patience because I have, I'm a very ambitious person. I'm a very ambitious person and I want stuff now. But I've learned this a lot of the times through my parents as well. But I've also learned that when you're patient with something and when you consistently go at something, then when you receive that reward or when you actually achieve that accolade, it just the value and your feeling of actually achieving that is so much better because you know what it took to get there. If you get in stuff instantly, and I'm going to quote Mr. Andrew Tate here because you guys know him more than you know me. He says, if something comes quickly, or if a why would you value a six pack? Because you have to put in work to get that six pack. People want the quick fix, the quick answers, the how can I make 10 grand a month tomorrow? That's the wrong mindset, bro. If you want something of value, it's going to take time. And it's going to take time, so you have to be patient. And this kind of leads into the second one that I want to talk about, but I'll get to that later. Because the stuff that I've done in my life, it's very small compared to all other people, but I don't like comparing myself to other people because everyone's different. Everyone's different. They've all had different backgrounds. But if I look back on my life, I can say I've done stuff that I've never thought I could do. I mean, you can look back at my first YouTube video that I ever posted. It was just YouTube video about myself and who I am and my story. So, quick summary: I was born in South Africa and I moved to the Netherlands when I was 13, and I'm now 18. So I've been living for 5 years. And that transition from South Africa to the Netherlands was the biggest transition I've ever made in my entire life. I was known as the loser. I was known as a person that was the quiet person at the table. I never said boo to a fly. If I was at dinner with you, you didn't even know I was there. I was that quiet. And basically, I was so used to getting told that, like, if I had an ambitious idea or like if I wanted to contribute to a conversation, a lot of the times I was shut down like this because all that people saw me as was the quiet kid. And by the way, I wasn't this big when I was when I was 13 years old. I've only been going to the gym now for 2 years. So then I was still literally a small, scrawny kid. I'm still a kid now, but then even more. So back to patience. Because I've gone through a lot of things through my life, and I've won so many things now. And you see all these people on social media, the Iman Gatsi, the people that are making hundreds of millions of dollars in their early 20s. That's all good, but they don't, at least Iman does, but a lot of people don't show where they came from. They just show the success, they show the overnight success. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you guys where I come from. I come from humble beginnings. And I'm going to say that when I become the person I want to be, that's exactly what I'm going to say. I come from humble beginnings. And I had the patience to go through the crappy work that no one wanted to do. But because I did that and I had patience to carry on doing it, is the reason why I did what I did in my life. And that leads to my second point: discipline. Discipline is a word that is thrown around so much at least my generation, or at least on social media. It is taken so wrong. And I want to give an example in how I learned proper discipline. I started going to the gym 2 years ago because I saw on social media that the gym was the thing. Everyone, if you want to go, if you want to be successful in life and you want a good body, you want the girls, you name it, you have to go to the gym. So I was like, okay, cool, let me go to the gym. And I went to the gym thinking that I was being disciplined going to the gym. But if I think about it, I didn't really need to think hard about going to the gym. I really enjoyed it. So for me, going to the gym wasn't hard. I didn't need discipline to go to the gym. I didn't care about anything else. So when people would tell me, like, Luke, you've got so much discipline, you go to the gym 6 times a week, I'm like, I've got nothing else to do. I've got nothing else to do in my life besides go to the gym. So then I kind of had to take a step back and be like, okay, people are telling me that discipline is really important, but I might look different, but my discipline levels I feel are still the same after 2 years. So then I had to kind of have a mindset switch of, okay, I'm good at the gym, but what is discipline? Discipline is doing something that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway, no matter how you feel. So I had to change my mindset to the gym is something that it helps you. But to better your discipline, you have to do stuff you don't want to do. And for me, that was when it comes to like the reading and the proper boring work when it comes to growing the business, learning the fundamentals of business and reading and learning. Those kind of stuff bored me to death. I swear, if you give me a book, I'll be asleep in 30 minutes. It's as simple as that. So I really had to take a step back and be like, okay, if I want to increase my discipline, I have to do the stuff I don't want to do, no matter how I feel. By the way, how long is this going so far? 6. Okay. Um, so I really had to get a mindset change on discipline. And I'm thankful that I did, because once I switched my mindset, it was funny enough, I got surrounded by people that helped me with that. I mean, where I'm at now, the guy behind the camera helped me a lot. And because I had an internship from last year for about 6 months with him, and I learned more about business than I have in my entire life. And I've got very entrepreneurial parents. Both my parents have their own businesses, but I learned more about doing it than any teacher could ever tell me in school. But I'm not going to go into school now because it's a whole different conversation. So let's go back onto the discipline. I looked at his situation and I was like, okay, what did he do to improve his discipline? And I could see I wouldn't say the cringy stuff like the ice bath and that kind of stuff, but he told me why he did it and he told me how he felt before and after. And I'm like, okay, that's it. That's the switch and being like, I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. And it can be the smallest thing, not hitting the snooze button, having that cold shower, eating a meal you don't want to eat, doing that actually deep work, that actual deep work that actually help your business. Because it's all good and well at the end of the day when you can say, no, I went to the gym, I ate well, all that kind of stuff. But you didn't do anything in your business that actually moved it forward at all. So you stagnant. You didn't move. And there's a whole other story about going on to feedback, and feedback is extremely important when it comes to discipline. Anyway, point number 3, integrity. Now, this is also a word that's kind of thrown around a lot, but it's something I had to learn. Because I was such a quiet kid when in South Africa where I was born, everything that I said, or like if I had big dreams, I'd say it. But because I got so scared in trying to actually achieve those goals, I wouldn't do it, because I'd be like so scared of what people would say about me if I didn't achieve it, or even if I did achieve it. So I was so scared that I wouldn't do it, and then I got labeled as a liar, and then that became my identity. And I was like, these guys are labeling me, but yet I'm trying to do good in the world. And then I had to think about this. I'm like, okay, I'm saying stuff, but I'm not doing it. Because if you think about it, integrity is being a man of your word. And if you don't have integrity, how can your parents trust you? How can anyone trust you? Your clients, your colleagues, your parents, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, I don't care. You need to have integrity. And to have integrity, you need to know who you are as a person. If you don't know who you are as a person, what are you going to represent? If you can't trust yourself, and if you can't trust who you are as a person, how do you expect someone else to trust you? How can you expect someone to trust you if you don't back your own words? And for me, when it comes to, because I'm a young person, I want to get into business. So I researched what are the main keys to be a leader. Because if you want to be a leader, you have to have integrity. And to have integrity, you have to believe in yourself and trust yourself and have the self confidence to say, yes, whatever comes out of my mouth is exactly what's going to happen. And I find for me that going to the gym for me helped me build my self confidence, because building my physical body was like kind of like a trophy to myself and saying, yes, I said I was going to go to the gym. I said I was going to get better. Look at me now, quite literally. And to have proper integrity and to really increase your integrity is making those small little promises. I don't care how how small and unimportant you might think those things are, make sure you do everything you say that comes out of your mouth. Everything. I don't care if it's the smallest thing, like saying, "Mom, I'll go do the dishes now," or I'll go clean my room later. If you don't do that, it might seem small and it might be your mom, but you're teaching yourself the bad habit. You're teaching yourself the bad habit of you lying to yourself and to others. And that just compounds from there and then and on and on. And it's just a compounding effect that you do not want. So integrity really taught me to be really conscious of whatever I said and to make sure that whatever I said, not just to myself, but to other people, that I would back my words. That's really something I needed to learn. And my fourth point actually, it really comes into its own, it's work ethic. You can have discipline, you can have integrity when you say, yes, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this no matter how I feel. But if you say, yes, okay, I've got the integrity, I've got discipline, I sit down on my laptop, I'm going to do the work. But you sit down and you do a half-assed job. You sit at your laptop, you do your work, you think, okay, I have to do this, 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 this. And you're like, okay, cool. But then at the end of the, say you did a 2-hour block, you look after 2 hours, you did the work, but it was sloppy. The work that you did was a waste of everyone's time because the work that you did, you could have done in 10 minutes. But because you were so lazy and so not focused on anything, you were so relaxed because you were so happy that you already did something else, you didn't have the work ethic to actually back yourself. But this goes back to integrity, because you didn't believe you could do it. You have to believe whatever you write down you can do. So having the work ethic to back your words combines work ethic and integrity. So I had to really learn work ethic, because if I said something I was going to do something and I did it, but then I look at it the day after and it was pathetic work, I'd be mad at myself. Even though I had the integrity and the discipline to go do it, I did a sloppy job. So it was a waste of my time, not just my time, but say I was doing it with someone else, a waste of their time. They could have used ChatGPT for all I care. It could have taken 2 seconds. But I just need to make sure that whatever I do and whatever you guys do, I don't care if you had discipline, congratulations, but do the work properly. Don't half-ass it. And I want to end this video on my last point. And this is a point that I really learned, and I speak about this with my girlfriend as well, and especially my parents as well. Never take anything for granted. I don't care what it is. It can be the fact that you can breathe oxygen, the fact that you can see where you're walking, the fact that you can hear your parents, the fact that you have 2 feet, 2 legs. You take those small things for granted. I'll give you an example, a short example. When I was in South Africa, both my parents had businesses. Everything was going well. We had, I think, 4 cars or something. I had a very big backyard. My grandparents lived next door. Everything was so comfortable for me and my family. But when I moved, everything was taken away from me. And not just me, my family. Everything. We had the pool, we had the car, we had the house. I played a sport called cricket. At the back of my house, my dad had built me a cricket net. But I didn't appreciate it as much because I didn't know how it felt to not have one, because I'm so used to having one. And then as soon as it was gone, I was like, oh, I was so used to having this, but now I can't have it anymore because you took it for granted. So if there's one thing that I can tell you to say to yourself every morning, it can be affirmations, but it's just to be grateful. Have gratitude for life. For sakes, you woke up this morning. As weird as it might sound, you woke up. You can see, you can hear, you can taste, you can do all these things. So do not take your life for granted, because whatever happens in your life, whatever happens, God still keeps you on this planet for a reason. If you wake up tomorrow morning, it means God is not done with you. So get your ass out of bed and get to work. I'll see you in the next video.